And we are recording, opening some conspiracy today because, guys, it's a conspiracy. WotC has a new product coming out. I'm sure everyone's heard of it. The Mythic boosters for Guilds of Ravnica. So for double the regular MSRP of a box, you can get 2/3 of a box where you are guaranteed one of each of the new Masterpiece Planeswalkers, which we'll talk more about in a minute. But people are going nuts. They're saying it isn't fair. Guys, it's not fair. You buy this thing, you're guaranteed these full art Planeswalkers that you can already get in regular booster packs. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Elspeth they're reprinting, you can find in a pre-constructed deck. I'm almost certain. Someone can correct me if I am wrong about that. And then you also just get 2/3 of a box of regular standard stuff, right? What are we looking for here? Are we looking for Leovold in this set? Leovold was in this set, right? We'll find him. He's somewhere in this box. We hope. But yeah, so this is this new thing that you have to order through Hasbro. You can't get it anywhere else. And you get these Planeswalkers, these new masterpieces, which do look kind of cool. But this is not a Nexus of Fate problem, where you're getting guaranteed these things in one place, but then there won't be another release, there won't be another printing of it. That's not the issue that we're looking at. This isn't even like a Nalotny Dragon problem, right? If you want these, you can just buy them, and if you just need that card for another deck or something, you can also just find different versions of them. So I don't think that this is really a problem of availability. I mean, it is if you have to have these specific versions of these cards, but you know, going into that, Wizards is making sure that these are reprints, and they're not pushing them in such a way that I think they fit even the definition of what a masterpiece is. What I see is Wizards tried to fix the problem with masterpieces by going from 30% to 8. That's a good idea because you only have so much depth of good cards to reprint as masterpieces, and then we just get a bunch of champions helms and things like that, and we don't want to go down that road. However, these being guaranteed in an ancillary product, because let's be honest, that's what this is. This is just another version of convention promos. We are effectively looking at San Diego Comic-Con Planeswalkers just presented in a new fashion. And I think that if we stop considering these to be masterpieces like the precedent has been set for what a masterpiece is previously, then the issue kind of just goes away. If you're someone who doesn't care about convention promos, about San Diego Comic-Con Planeswalkers and HasCon Transformers and whatever other bullshit they're gonna come out with for the next big thing, then you shouldn't be concerned about not getting these. And if you are someone who regularly gets the Comic-Con Planeswalkers or whatever the cool new convention promos are, then you should be used to paying these kind of prices. 250 bucks for a set of convention Planeswalkers is pretty average, I think, right? 200, maybe 150 for the shitty ones. We don't want that. That's junk. Hey, Palace Jailer's fine. This is... Maybe it is a conspiracy. This box is not going very well for us. So on to the next point about these masterpieces. The part that really troubles me, God, I wish these Mythic conspiracies were worth anything, but, you know, there's just nowhere to play them outside of Cube, I guess. So the thing that worries me about these new masterpieces is the way that Wizards is going about the distribution, which is that Wizards is not distributing these. These are only being released through Hasbro's special, you know, seller portal on their website, their Hasbro toy store or whatever it's called online. I think they call it the toy box or something stupid like that. But that's where you find these. That's the only place other than the secondary market, eventually, that you're going to be able to get these Mythic boxes. And it isn't that they're cutting out big box stores. Hey, that's exciting. If they were doing that, I would probably be totally supportive of this decision. I mean, the less Walmart and Target have when it comes to ancillary product or premium spell books, things like that. You know, you want to reward local game stores for supporting your brand, for carrying your product, and for making $10 a box, if that, half the time. So I'm okay with that, but they're cutting out distributors. I mean, regular distributors. They're cutting LGSs out of this entirely. You can only get these on Hasbro's website on October 3rd or something like that whenever it releases. Um, but that's it, guys. You're not gonna see it anywhere, and it makes me wonder if this isn't Hasbro testing the waters for changing the way that Wizards produces product. Now, I don't think that this is likely at any time. Honestly, I don't really think it's likely at any point. Well, we should take that guard snipe. It is in standard. I don't think that it's likely at any time in the future, really, that we would see something like this. But imagine if instead of your online redemption through Magic Online, instead of opening or finding a copy of every card in a set and then paying 25 bucks and them taking it out of your account and now we're going to mail you these. Imagine if you could just buy a set of a set from Hasbro. I don't know if that's something anyone else does. I know it would, I guess it would be like a Netrunner model, or something like that. But there's always the chance that Wizards would do not that, but something similar, something in the same kind of framework, where they can charge exorbitant amounts of money for you to be guaranteed these cool, new, awesome things. And they may even move away from doing it for conventions or doing it for, you know, a specialty season thing. I don't know what the print rate on this new product is going to be, or worst comes to worst, they print it to order. And then anybody who wants one can just spend the $250 and they're going to run another set through the press. We're just gonna keep pumping these out, keep making these, and eventually the market's going to be flooded with these quote-unquote masterpiece promos that don't actually hold any value. you know, I'm sure at a certain point they have to sell out or they have to stop making these, but if this is a business model that Wizards is looking at continuing with or expanding on long term, it could be pretty scary for the game at a certain point. At least for collectors, I'm sure Wizards is never going to, you know, unless we at some point go all digital, which I don't believe is gonna happen. Maybe, but not if it does, it won't be anytime soon. But it makes me wonder if we aren't going to move in a direction where we are seeing fewer packs of new sets printed, and those packs are being provided for collectors or being provided for people who want to draft or play sealed, and just moving in the direction of letting people buy full sets or play sets of whatever. Doing smaller or single card redemptions in some way. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but it does seem like this is them testing the waters for how they could potentially move away from at least the print structure that they have right now. Um, I'm not worried about it. I'm not, you know, trying to get my set of these new promos. I don't really care. To me, they're just another convention promo style product, and they look cool, but they don't fit the definition of what a masterpiece is, um, as far as we understand it to be. They don't feel that exciting. They look cool, but I don't know. I don't know that they're really going to be something people want long term. Wow, this was just a garbage box, y'all. Kind of like these Mythic boxes are probably going to be garbage products, but we'll see. It couldn't be worse, right? It probably could be. Could always be worse.